so we're going to do what I always do at the beginning of my chat, my live chat, which is I'm going to spend a couple of moments doing a bit of admin so that we can actually see the conversation. And so if you refresh yours with any luck, that will happen. Oh, hi Cheryl, thank you for joining us. So we are just, Erica is just sorting out some of the homeworky bits, no, the admin-y bits, basically just to make sure we can set up to have a moderator, and so I'm going to moderate this evening. So yeah, just click on that one.
Oh, I feel like I'm at school.
Yeah. So bear with us, you know, it's our usual, not in the least bit organised, because that's how we are. And then in a moment I'm going to say hi. Okay, and hopefully and then if you hover next to there, see the three little buttons, click on that, bottom one, there you go, job done.
Lovely.
Okay, so now you can switch that off. Hello everyone, there's 15 of you joining us already. That's absolutely brilliant. Are we offline on yours?
Yes, we are offline
Fabulous.
now.
So, this is Erica on Erica's channel.
Yes, finally. I've been meaning to do a live chat for absolutely ages, but with one thing or another and 2 young children, it's not been so easy. So we thought I'd come over to Liz's and we'd catch up with all of you. We had so much fun last time we did the live chat in the garden. I don't know if any of you saw that, but I actually sawed a tree in half. It took me about 20 minutes with a blunt saw. So, but I did it anyway.
So I will do shout outs and hellos.
Hi Paul, I can see you on the screen down there.
So Cheryl's here, Far More Fanatic, Sam's Allotment Diary, Bill and Val at Bill's Allotment, 2 Plots of Heaven. Paul, I'm so sorry we gate crashed your live chat.
Yeah, that wasn't the intention. We were going to call you for a Friday chat, and then yeah, so sorry, we didn't mean to gate crash.
But it would have been almost funnier if we had rung, if I'd just gone, I'm with Erica, and then, you know, that might not have worked on your live chat, sorry.
Yeah.
And Laura's here, and Sarah, and Barbara, and Ionut, and Christine. Welcome, welcome.
Yeah, so, you know, it's been really fun coming here today again. Liz has fed me a really nice dinner, as she usually does. So,
it was one of those very exotic sausage and beans.
Sausage, but they were Heinz beans, and I don't usually have Heinz beans at home. So, yeah, I was very spoiled.
So, yeah, no, it was good. And then I did well, we've been trying to decide whether it's a blancmange or a, what was the other thing, panna cotta, or
I thought panna cotta is just cheese. It's not a fancy pudding. No,
panna cotta is like a wobbly. I wonder if there's anybody who's a chef here. Anybody cook? So what's the kind of a jelly custardy thing?
Blancmange.
Yeah.
But then I thought that was jelly with condensed milk mixed together. Gets the same thing.
That sounds amazing. I've never had that, but it just sounds. We've got to try it. We've got to try it. So, so a few more shout outs. Mrs. S and Nick's Allotment, Happy Homestead, Alternative Small Holding. Carl is here. Hiya. It's truthfully says, isn't the weather in Wales absolutely disgusting tonight? Are you getting blown around left, right, and centre? Because it's.
See, I think the weather's quite good here, but where I am near in the Swansea Valley, that has been torrential rain for the last week now, and the roads are flooded. Our drains are kind of like overflowing on my street and everything, so it's been really bad. But you said it's not been too bad here.
Oh, it's been really windy, really rainy, but we haven't got the flooding yet. Carl's saying it's rubbish, and he's sort of halfway between you and me, so yeah, he's in that direction.
What about everyone else? What's the weather like?
Okay, so look, cold in Kent. Is it have you got the winds and the rain, or just cold? Sam's saying that you've had Welsh rain in Leicester this week.
Oh, it's been terrible. How's your ankle, Sam? Is it better, or is it still a bit sore? Thank you.
And Christine is here saying it's wet and windy in Dorset. So Jasmine's just said, isn't panna cotta a set creamy thing with gelatine? Yeah, that's exactly what I did. I did a cream cheese and cream and a pound of raspberries and about 4 ounces of white currants.
See,
set with raspberry jelly.
I just thought panna cotta was a type of cheese. No, I'm thinking of ricotta.
You are thinking of ricotta.
Right, okay, yeah. That's why I've been thinking panna cotta is just the cheese, but it's just, okay. Oh, there you go, but yeah. What was everybody's plans for the weekend? I'm trying to get out into the garden tomorrow and hopefully start digging behind the cracks in the wall, which I've kind of been putting off now for a couple of weeks since I put the video out about the crack in the wall. But yeah.
So, and Kevin's joined us and Karen is here. Hi Karen. Yeah, so the crack in your, this isn't a house wall, is it?
No.
Do you want to explain to anybody who's joined us and hasn't caught up with the crack drama? Crack in the wall drama. Yeah, that sounds better.
So in my garden, my house is built on the side of a mountain. And, you know, because it gets so wet, obviously there's a lot of water in the ground. And because my garden's terraced, I have two I have two retaining walls holding up pretty much most of my garden. And unfortunately, in the summer, at the beginning of the year, I put 2 raised beds on top of the the top of the wall, and obviously I was watering it every day because I had my pumpkins in there and things like that. And unfortunately, a couple of months ago, I noticed there was a crack in the wall, and obviously I kind of ignored it because I'm one of these people that just sees something and just ignores it basically. And when I kind of realised that actually I couldn't really ignore it anymore because the crack was getting bigger, I decided to move one of the raised beds and kind of have a look and dig behind it. But then when I was kind of looking and inspecting the walls, I noticed that the other wall, which is a smaller retaining wall, actually had a huge crack in the front of it. So that kind of meant that was probably in a worse state really than the other wall basically. So I now need to dig behind that, but unfortunately I don't actually have any money to get these walls fixed. So everybody gave me lovely kind of advice and feedback about my wall and what I needed to do, and I kind of from that kind of decided that I need to dig behind both of the walls, but I haven't got any funds whatsoever to fix these walls at the moment. So if I dig behind these walls, I can then see what is behind there. If there was an old retaining wall that this wall has been kind of put in the front of. So yeah, there we are with that crack problem. It's still there. I need to get it fixed, but I don't actually have any money to fix it. One of the reasons is we actually have bought a new car and it's going to be coming in about 6 months because there's a waiting list. But if any of you have seen my previous videos where I introduced my front garden, I have a driveway that's very high and very steep. I know you're leaving loads of comments, but I haven't managed to kind of, catch up with them. But with our driveway, we need to basically have our driveway done first. So kind of every single penny we have at the moment needs to go into getting our driveway done so that we can actually park the car on the driveway because our driveway is very steep. So it's kind of one of those things where I need to get my wall fixed and stuff, but I need to kind of just dig behind it and see if I can resolve that thing to begin with. It's like when the sinkhole happened, you know, these things come along and you don't actually really have the funds there just to fix it, do you?
No,
so
well, those cracks appeared about the same time as the hole in my garden appeared, and we both sort of went, what on earth do we do about this? So when you've started digging behind it, we can always come down.
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
see if we can do
I think,
anything.
yeah, just try and dig behind it and put some shingle in there. So at least when it rains, it's not going to break the wall down even more. But I did notice that these cracks have actually, from looking at previous videos, these cracks were in there when I actually harvested my pumpkins. So I just didn't notice them because they were covered.
The leaves were in the way.
Yeah, and the other small crack was after the earthquake, and the epicenter of the earthquake we had was about 4 miles away. So whether or not that was when the first crack appeared,
Could well have been.
So
I'm going to a couple more shout outs. Hello to, I don't know if I've said hello to Freaky Geek, but I'm going to say hello again. Sandra is here from Tasmania. You're heading into, you must be in, oh no, you must be in the height of summer now.
I thought it was kind of coming into the summer.
Well, it's going to be...
It's not winter here yet, is it? So
no, but it's going to be the equivalent of our June, near enough. So which, I'm just being nosy now, which bit of Tasmania are you in? She says like she knows it well. And Gurma Fins is here, hello.
Hello.
And Rona is here from Island Kitchen Garden. And I saw someone else was here, someone else called Sarah. So there's another Sarah here as well. Welcome.
Hi, Roy.
And Roy is here. So yeah, so once you've dug behind those walls and had a bit of a look, I'm sure not only I but other people will also come and help.
Yeah, but also I think in kind of the new year, I'm going to need to kind of reevaluate, you know, my finances a little bit, and possibly I might try and get a job. I am quite busy, but if I can earn some money and bring some more money into the house, that means I can put that towards the garden as well, because we have so much to do on our house. Every single room needs to be completely renovated. So if I want some funds for the garden, I might have to do that. Get a night job.
I'm also going to say hello to Kaylin and Sheila, and somebody else came in and said hello, and Paul.
Paul's been here a while.
Paul from the Isle of Man.
Oh, not Paul from the Isle of Man. Hello, Paul from the Isle of Man.
Sorry, these pauses are us reading.
Yes, sorry, very rude. I should talk and you should read or something. On Tuesday, I'm going to a wreath making day at the local library, which I'm really it's not a wreath making day, it's a wreath making session. So I'm really excited about that. Has anybody been making wreaths this year, apart from you, because you made one? Also on Thursday, my gardening club is doing a wreath making session as well. So hopefully I'm going to get 2 wreaths, which would be pretty cool. I've never made one before.
They're good. You'll have a good time.
Yeah.
So Far More Fanatics saying everyone in here is new to me. Well, that's brilliant. There are masses of channels here, and the way to explore the channels is to take your cursor and hover it next to a comment of that channel. Then you'll get 3 little dots, and if you click on that, it will then say go to channel. It won't take you away. It will open up a new screen, and then you can explore other channels. And there's an awful lot of very good channels here.
Yeah.
So craft beer pause.
Has anyone been to the allotment today or done much gardening? Earlier today I went down to the allotment, and actually I harvested crops off of somebody else's plot, which is totally against the rules. But I don't know if you've seen in previous videos, I've talked about Brecknock Wildlife have had all of their funding cuts. That could have been that could have been
nasty.
But they still have the tenancy for their plot until March. So I spoke with them because they had a lot of crops that were kind of not really worth eating, but my chickens would have loved. So I popped up there today and harvested a load of kind of neck curtain cabbages, which was great, and gave them to my chickens. That was lovely. And I'm really glad I asked, actually, because they were happy for me to have them, but you know, they would have gone to waste otherwise. So yeah, that was good.
And Cindy from the Permaculture Shoestring Home and Garden. Cindy, are you coping with this weather? Because it's pretty yucky, isn't it? And yes, Paul, that was close. I have. I love moments like that. Those are the moments when Mr. J and I are doing a live chat, when one of us just disappears very quickly. It's because we've almost said the wrong thing.
Yeah, I don't think I could do this drinking wine or anything like that, because if I have one glass of wine, you know, we're getting a little bit leery, and then more than that, yeah, I'd probably be saying things like by accident.
So Christine's going to the allotment tomorrow for cabbage, leeks, and some lettuce from the greenhouse. Freaky Geek says the gardens are all under snow there, so probably not harvesting anything. Far More Fanatic says they live on their allotment. Yes. They've got some amazing gardens. Far More Fanatic, huge gardens that they're doing. Freddy Spaghetti. We are on blackcurrant squash,
Yes.
blackcurrant cordial.
You made wine with this, didn't you, once?
I did.
Is it still in the toilet?
We drank it.
Or your special, sorry, in the special wine area where wine.
Yeah, that sounds awful. We don't actually keep wine in the toilet. Not actually in the toilet. I put the demijohns in the bathroom to let them ferment, just because it's a space that people don't go in very much. So. So I used all of the blackcurrant cordial wine in cooking.
Oh, interesting.
So,
What dishes did you put that in?
Things like chicken casserole and duck casserole and.
Okay. I guess that could work.
Yeah,
I guess
it was
work.
just, you know, any of those meats that you'd have a slightly sweet sauce with.
Yeah.
So
I haven't actually. The first wine I started fermenting was the blackberry wine, and I haven't actually moved that on to the next one. I haven't racked it off yet, so I need to be doing that soon.
So Yellow Labrador says, hiya, hello, I'm guessing it's fairly damp in West Cork. Any suggestions for underwater garlic growing? A snorkel? Flippers?
Yeah.
It's very wet, I guess.
Yeah, when I was at the plot today, actually, I did notice that the plot is kind of on a slight slope, and mine is at the end. And I did notice that the end of my plot was waterlogged, so it got me thinking about like French drains and stuff like that. So I think I'm going to have to do something at the end, because whatever I grow there is always going to be waterlogged. So possibly raised beds. I mean, does raised beds help with waterlogging? Because obviously, I guess the raised bed might rot quicker, but the roots, you know, if it's quite high, the roots aren't going to be, you know, down the bottom, are they? Hi, Jimmy.
When I first started doing live chats, every time someone came on, I shouted, hi! Really loudly.
Oh, did I just shout hi really loudly? I'm sorry.
There is a thing about you recognise someone's name and you give them a shout out, but it becomes a literal, no, carry on.
Okay.
I think it's fantastic.
This is quite a new experience. Well, obviously, this is the second time I've done a live chat, and reading and trying to speak at the same time as reading and looking at the camera. And trying to remember what you're going to say is actually, yeah, quite, and trying not to say the wrong thing as well. So...
Yeah, it does. It makes the brain work in ways that I like it. Now I've got used to not actually knowing what it is that's coming out of my mouth, because I'm thinking about two other things at the same time.
Can some people, this might sound funny, like I'm drunk or something, but can some people kind of look up there and down there at the same time? Like, you know, some people that play instruments can breathe in and breathe out at the same time.
I think what some people do is they actually have their laptop higher up so that their camera is up there, but the words are...
Yes.
Can you see my bright light? We're spotlighted tonight.
But that's like Richard. When Richard's doing live chat, he kind of looks at the screen like that, but he obviously watches it on there. Is that right, Richard, how you do it? But yeah. Because
if you've got a laptop or a... what are those things called? An iPad-y type thing, then you can have it higher up. It's only because my laptop, which we're using to read the chat on, actually doesn't have a camera in it.
Yeah, because mine's kind of like does this kind of thing. So I was thinking that having it that way would be up here or something. Yeah, would be It might work.
It might work, yes.
So, yeah.
So actually, look, there are sensible answers coming for the growing garlic underwater here. So Ronan's saying found that raised beds have helped. And one of the other plot holders doesn't have raised beds and has lost all his potatoes. So yeah, that would make perfect.
Yeah, I
perfect
think
sense.
maybe that's something that I'm going to do. And also, I've got loads of strawberries, and my son loves strawberries, so I'm hoping that I can get him a little bit involved. You know, not push him too much because he'd just tell me to get lost. But try and make some kind of raised bed area with pallets or something, so that his strawberries can grow in there.
Yeah.
That might be quite good.
Right, Gurmuthan says you can't sneeze with your eyes open. Apparently, no, you can't because the pressure will.
I don't think that's.
No, it's true. The pressure of you sneezing will push your eyeballs.
I thought
forward.
it was just a reflex, and if you went like this,
your eyeballs would push forwards. It's not.
I don't think they would.
Anybody want to check this out? Anybody want to volunteer to force their eyes to stay open? Do that impression again then, just so everybody can see it one more time. That will become your screenshot.
See, this is why we can't have any alcohol when we do this, because we're sober.
All right, Cheryl says sneezing when riding a motorbike is scary. Yes, because you just don't see the road for a little while.
Yeah, but even the same when you're driving a car, like around a roundabout, if you sneeze.
She's off.
If you sneeze, we'll go around a roundabout. Sorry.
Okay, talk amongst ourselves because we've lost. I'm in bed.
I can't breathe. Sorry, she's left me now. Sorry. Thanks for the advice, Sam, about the strawberries in the ground. Oh, I'm so sorry. I can't stop laughing. And Liz is out there and she's laughing as well. Right. Oh. I'm really sorry, Christine. Oh. Honestly, this is why I can't drink alcohol and do anything like this, because, yeah, I'd probably... Yeah. Thanks, Liz. Oh. Right. So... Okay, Liz has obviously abandoned ship now and just left me here. So, it's not very often that you actually get the giggles, is it? And that really hurt my tummy then, kind of laughing like that. So... I am sure, Nick, that it is blackcurrant juice or blackcurrant squash, unless, yeah, Liz has put anything in there that I'm not aware of, but she's had the same, so I'm sure it's fine. I don't think anyone else is sitting here later, Guru, so yeah.
Right, I have a serious comment. When I walked through earlier on, Erica, I found...
Oh, Liz, we've got an issue. We have an issue.
Yeah, we have it. What, don't squeeze it because it'll squidge everywhere.
Are you cheeky? What's happened?
Yeah, it's soft and squidgy.
Do you know what? We had this conversation earlier today, actually, about when you have vegetables that you've grown, do you try and store them through the winter and hope they survive, or do you process them and put them in the freezer straight away? See, I'm more of a put it in the freezer. I've got loads of freezer room and I just worry that this happens.
And it's happened to my button. Look, there is a white, let's try and get it so it's not, it's got a white fungus. You can see it's all soft around the top. So I'm still going to cut this off and use the bottom half of it. But that one...
The thing is, this has got a bit of rot here, a bit there, and a bit there. So pretty much that is
all
far
the way
gone.
through.
Yeah.
And
Has this changed your mind any more about...
No, because we've still got... Yes, I was. Garumfinda. I went to calm down.
And she left me not being able to calm down on screen. Thank you.
God, don't stop me again.
I don't think I can... I'm not going to laugh for a year now after that.
Yeah, so... thing is, I've got 4 freezers and they're all full of food, and I had thought that if I didn't have to put squashes in, then that would save some space.
Do you know what I think? And I bet Paul would agree here that the Uchiki Curie is such a fantastic pumpkin. It's the first year I've ever grown it, but because it's so thin, you don't have to peel it at all. And you can just cook with it straight as it is. It's absolutely amazing. I'm definitely going to be growing like loads of these next year.
I have learnt several tips about growing those.
You said about that, didn't you?
I will share as the season goes on. Oh, Nicola's joined us. Hello, Nicola. She has joined us from Australia. Just woke up and realised you were on. Looks like I missed a giggle fit. No, we weren't. Not at all. We were absolutely...
There was a giggle fit, and then Liz ran off while I was trying not to break my stomach muscles because I was laughing so much.
Yeah, Liz ran off.
So, hi Simon, how are you? But yeah. Oh, has anybody grown this before? This is ochre. This was previously on another live chat of Liz's. But I'm going to be taking these home with me, I think. You could just propagate these by
just plant
those.
Yeah. You just plant those. But we can get you some different colour ones tomorrow. We could harvest because they come in different colours.
Can you eat them like this?
You can, but
so apparently these are like taste like lemon. But yeah, you can eat them.
Yeah. They've got the texture of a radish, and they're slightly lemony.
They're actually really nice. They kind of taste a bit like a carrot as well, but also there's a bit of gooseberry in there. Try it now and tell me there's gooseberry.
No, it's alright because I don't like gooseberry. Don't put me off them.
No, but not the kind of tartness of a gooseberry, just the kind of
I don't like gooseberry. Full stop.
We'll just try a bit. Well, you've eaten them before, haven't you?
Yeah, but I wasn't thinking gooseberry at the time. Yeah. So anyway. Apparently I've had them grated and I've had them boiled, but apparently these are absolutely brilliant.
Are they like artichokes? Are they high in inulin?
You're going to ask one? Does anybody know? Are these high in inulin? No, they don't make you gaseous, if that's what you're asking.
Okay.
Well, and probably any vegetable would if you ate enough of it.
I harvested some Jerusalem artichokes actually from the Brecknock's allotment today, and they were really tiny. Now I thought when I harvested mine earlier in the week that it was a tiny harvest, only 340 grams, which was 12 ounces, but they were grown in a 20-litre bucket. Now I thought that was quite a small harvest, and that the tubers were quite small, but when I went to the allotment today and harvested those ones, they were put in a little bit later, but they were really tiny. So if anybody did watch my video and is familiar with growing Jerusalem artichokes, were mine that small? You haven't grown them before?
No, but I have seen them. They weren't. I mean, the ones I was given weren't huge.
Yeah,
they weren't huge at all. So, so a couple of people who I haven't said hello to yet. 50 Shades of here, and Deer Park Farmstead is here, and Kevin, thank you for joining us. Sorry you had to no, I'm not
adjourn.
No, I'm not at all sorry that you had to witness us cracking up. That's par for the course.
Yeah, so Deer Park Farmstead he said he split his squash in half and buried what was left over. Was that so that you would hopefully get some new plants growing next year, or was that just the way you decided to dispose of it to kind of nourish the ground?
No, it would be amazing the number of plants that would spring up from that.
But it's always in the compost heap. I always find, like, we've always eaten loads of squash and butternut squash and stuff. So I've always had, you know, squash and stuff sprouting out of the compost heap, which actually reminds me, my mum, she lives in Turkey, and she sent me a picture the other day. Obviously, we're all familiar with people growing pumpkins out of the compost heap and stuff like that. I mean, Victorians were doing it back, you know, in Victorian times. But my mum found a watermelon growing in her compost heap.
Brilliant.
And she just left it there and then had a massive watermelon. So that was pretty cool. So wouldn't that be great to have just watermelons sprouting out of
Yes. Just, you know, here, there.
Next year, I am going to grow some watermelons when I have the greenhouse up, which if you follow me on Instagram, I did put a picture of my frame, well, not frame, the foundation bit of my greenhouse. So it's going to hopefully go up this year. So yeah.
That was exciting. I saw the frame and it was like the foundation. It was like, yes. Because
Yeah.
once that bit's done, in some ways, that's the hard
The thing
bit,
is,
isn't it?
I'm going to lie. I'll tell you the truth. I mean, I did put that frame up.
Oh, I'm going to lie.
No.
I'm going to lie.
I did put the base of the greenhouse up when we got the greenhouse in March on a flat bit of the only flat bit of my garden, and then I realised it wasn't quite flat, so it needed to be levelled out. And then the summer came, the frame got completely eaten by the grass, and then now what I need to do is basically dig around it and put some bricks down so that it's got a nice base, basically. So yeah, at some stage I will get this greenhouse up.
Right, Barbara said, what is good to plant in a raised bed after harvesting onions? That is a great question. I was going to let everyone else answer. I was going to say, go. What did you grow after onions this year?
I didn't grow onions this year, but when I was thinking, most people harvest onions like in July time, or like it's similar to garlic, isn't it? But I was thinking of probably harvesting them in May, just the end of May, just because they are going to be a bit smaller, but you can get them out of the ground and you can put your pumpkin straight in there. And I love pumpkins. That's my favourite thing to grow. So I'm hoping that I can pretty much get everything out in May and replace that with squash and pumpkins, and then kind of repeat.
I'm
repeating the process.
For joining us.
So
we're not having.
Hi,
we are trying to have a sensible evening, but we're not having the most sensible of evenings, which is absolutely brilliant, actually. Yeah, I grew onions over winter last year, so I planted them in the autumn. I got them out fairly early in the year, so I don't know whether that was May or June. And then I planted in my sweet corn, and under my sweet corn I planted some squash. So I did exactly that. I did pumpkins.
Was that shouting then?
Yeah, but it's okay.
When James came.
when Eric comes to visit, we do this for 24 hours or so, and then it's like, go home because I can't laugh anymore.
Bye,
it hurts. So you'll just have to excuse us being slightly silly. Right, okay, so as you know, this is going out on Erica's channel. There are 43 people watching at the moment.
You know, you can see it up there as well.
Oh yeah, all right. There are 43 people watching at the moment. Only 14 thumbs ups.
Yes,
so,
please give me thumbs up because I'd really appreciate it.
Because that tells YouTube
that I'm cool.
That you are enjoying her live chat.
I hope you are enjoying the live chat because I haven't laughed like this for ages.
You all right?
Yeah.
You probably haven't laughed like this since the last time you were here.
Probably, yes.
Right. I can see hi James and bye James. Hi Jane Kelly's just joined us. Hello. And who else is leaving? Somebody's leaving. I'm so sorry if we haven't said hello to you.
No, I think Paul is saying bye to Jane because Paul's going now because he's had a long day and it's getting ready for bed. Then. I assume I've just made that bit up, but Jarl, hello. Yep. Did I say that? Did I pronounce that right?
I hope so. I can't read from here. My eyes are getting tired. So then we've got a list of things that we were going to talk about tonight. Have we covered any?
Sheila, yes, I am in the caravan tonight. I went out there earlier. I have been invited in the house, but I like the idea of the caravan because it's really peaceful here, and I can just go into the caravan and I don't get, not that I would be harassed in this house, obviously I wouldn't be, but I kind of like the quietness of it. But it is a little bit cold, but I do bring a, what's it called? Electric blanket, so it's really snuggly.
And then when she's turned the electric blanket off, she can take a hot water bottle out as well.
Yes.
Did the cat follow you into the caravan earlier on?
I don't think the cat did follow me in.
Well, it's only because
but the thing
we haven't seen him for about an hour or so.
I had to unplug the light to put the. I'm gonna start laughing again. I had to unplug the light to put the electric blanket on. So I need my torch when I go out there later.
There's a double socket where that.
Yeah, but the other socket doesn't work.
Oh, doesn't it?
No. Whether it's even if it's like there's only one thing in there, that just socket doesn't work.
Oh, okay.
Not that you needed to know that. We probably weren't interested, but
well, there are other sockets in there. So this caravan, my daughter bought as a temporary stopgap housing when she was between having sold her flat and buying her new house. So in the summer she came and stayed here in the caravan for a little while, and then once she got her house, she left the caravan here. I'll rephrase that. I did buy it from her. So it wasn't entirely a gift, but it does mean that we've got extra space for people to be able to stay without having to be disturbed by a postman getting up for work incredibly early. So it works quite well. I was going to say by my snoring, but it sounds better than to say.
But I do think I could live in a caravan, you know. Definitely I like the whole idea of living minimal, even though I'm a hoarder and I've got this house full of hoarded stuff. But I do like the idea of that, and I think I could, you know. That'd be quite
You said that on the first night. You said it was such a good night's sleep.
Well, I just like the idea of the cheapness. You know, there's a lot of people that do live in camper vans and stuff. And I think I could do that, you know. And if you had your garden, that would be cool.
Yeah, no, it would. I was actually saying today, I wondered if we could get like a mobile home thing, like that big static caravan that would have better facilities. Well, like a bathroom, because the bathroom in the caravan doesn't work. So.
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily like the facilities in the caravan.
No,
I mean, they're not
facilities. Yes. So Gurmafinda says, will we be working together tomorrow? We won't be doing anything out in the courtyard garden because it's blowing a hoolie out there.
Yes.
We might just get as far as lifting a little bit of ochre for Erica to take home with her. And
I didn't bring my gardening stuff actually as well, and we kind of didn't plan it. We just thought we decided we'd just spend a bit of time, didn't we? Sam asked a minute ago what our favourite tool is when it comes to the garden. Well, I recently found out what a hoe was, and it's an amazing tool which I'd never really used before. So I'm going to say my favourite tool is hoe. Which actually, what's your favourite tool?
My favourite tool is probably my cordless jigsaw, because I do so much building out there and things that.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Also, while I am on the subject of a hoe, Remember my 1,000 subscriber giveaway? Digwell Greenfingers, Steve, did win that. And when he contacted me, because I needed to obviously send him the gift voucher, he asked me if there was a local charity or a local gardening thing that would like that £10 instead. So firstly, I think that's such a nice thing to do, because it was an Amazon gift voucher, so he could have had £10 to spend on whatever he wanted, but he donated that instead. Now, I said to him that unfortunately my son's school didn't really do anything to do with gardening. It's something that I'd like to do in the future with them, but I have far too much on my plate at the moment. But I did say to him that because I volunteer with at the library garden, they had all of their funding cut for spending any money. Well, it was Brecknock Wildlife did. So he said that I could donate £10 to the library garden, and I think that we're going to buy £10 worth of tools for the garden. And I just think that is such
really nice.
An amazing thing to do. I've not actually given the money over yet. When I do, I will let him know, and so he knows that money's gone there. But if you don't already subscribe to Steve, head over to Digwell Greenfingers, because he's such an amazing person, and his channel is really, really good. He's got some really good videos, especially talking about fertilizers and stuff like that. So you really do head over to him, because he's such a great human, like really nice person.
So I want to say hello to Preppy Pink Crocodile, DJ Mac, and the Welsh Gardener. Hi.
Hello.
That was a really nice thing to do.
Yeah, I know. You know what? It's not very often people these days, well, actually, no, there are a lot of amazing people out there, but it's just really sweet that he did that, because that is going to go to getting some tools for our library garden, and hopefully we can do more projects with young children. And there's a lot of people that, me and another colleague decided to keep the library garden going twice a month basically now, so there's no funding involved whatsoever, but there's a couple of people that do come every Tuesday that we're there and really get a lot of enjoyment out of it. And if we didn't do it, then they wouldn't have anything to do. A lot of people just come for the company for a few hours and stuff, and being able to help somebody with gardening as well is really great, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
right.
Yeah, definitely a hoe is good.
Yeah, I think the thing about the hoe is that I'm hoping that I won't need one before long, with enough no dig gardening and building up layers of organic matter on the soil. Hopefully there will be less and less weeds. She says, like, really hopefully.
But you've also got really big compost bays, which means it's going to get really hot. Whereas what I did was just empty the compost Dalek thing out where those onions are, and they're really weedy.
Yeah. And
I didn't really think about that. So even if I had no dig now and put all of that compost on, it would have gone really weedy anyway.
Yeah.
So
yeah. And Isabella's here. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, Isabella. We've gone quiet now.
So we're reading. It's that reading thing. It's that awkward pause. So Gora Muffinder is saying there's no such thing as bad weather, only inappropriate clothing. Get out there, girls.
That is true.
It is true. However, at the moment the wind is about, have a look, but I think it's about 45 to 50 miles
I don't really have appropriate clothes, because I've got
you come in high heels?
No, I mean just in general, because my waterproof coat has been washed about 10 times and it's got a hole in it, so it doesn't really isn't really waterproof.
Yeah.
And my other coat, which is kind of the wintry coat, is about 5 years old, so that's kind of got a bit old as well. So James is saying he's going to ask if it's blowing a gale. Yes, I can hear the wind is picking up out there, actually, isn't it? You might have a caravan on its side by the morning. As long as the caravan is not in a sinkhole in the morning, then I don't mind. Because whenever I used to come and visit, I used to park my car like just by that sinkhole. So at least you didn't blame me for the sinkhole.
No. And the best bit is a sinkhole wasn't a sinkhole anyway.
It was a washout.
So we learned something. If nothing else, we learned about washouts.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to carry on reading.
Has everyone got their Christmas tree up yet? Or is it too early? Don't look at me like that. Liz hasn't got her tree up. Are you actually going to put it up though?
Yes. Maybe.
Okay.
Yes.
I see you got the grandchildren coming,
Maybe.
have you?
Oh, well, no, so I'm going to put one up here in this next to Phil.
I think you should just put a Christmas hat on Phil.
We could. I've got a Christmas hat somewhere.
There's Phil.
Yeah. So if there's anybody here who hasn't joined my live chat before, can I introduce you to Phil? So this is Phil, and his name was chosen by our viewers, which we particularly like, or it was suggested. We particularly like it because he fills that space. So while I'm here on my own, Phil does the co-hosting.
He does look creepy with those. He's a bit like the Matrix with those glasses on, I think, anyway.
Well, yeah, but we could give him a hat instead. How about that?
A Christmas hat?
Well, I was going to give him my rugby hat.
Do you think pink's his colour?
Okay, do we go pink or green? Which?
Or green's a bit more festive.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, a little bit Blues Brothers there. Yeah.
So do we want a green hat or a pink hat? Green. Everyone's saying green.
Green then. Yeah, I put my tree up on the 1st of December actually, only because I wanted to get a real tree in a pot this year, and I knew the supermarkets would be out of them really quickly. And also we were really ill in the house and stuff, and it was like I just had to get it up because I had stuff to do. So yeah, I needed to get it set up as soon as possible. Oh, it's great that Ron is loving the Christmas tree. I can remember my daughter last year wasn't really interested in the tree at all, and this year she's 1 now, and she hasn't even looked at the tree, which is probably quite good really, because she'd probably try and pull it over otherwise.
Off it, wouldn't she?
Yeah.
Hey, what, you can show them that he has indeed got a hat now.
Oh yeah, look, he has got a hat. Oh, looks a bit weird. I think he'd look better with a Christmas hat. Or some lights around him. That would look pretty good.
Oh, Christmas lights around.
Yeah. Like he was tied up in Christmas lights. That would be pretty cool. She's off again. She's laughing and she's walking off because she can't take it.
Oh dear.
Yes, Jasmine, next year I'll probably have it suspended from the ceiling or something so she can't grab it. I've got a sideboard though, and it is on top of the sideboard, so she can't get to it very easily, but yeah.
Right, how are we doing? How are we doing for time?
It is 48 minutes and 12 seconds we have been live, and only 3 giggle fits, I think.
Yeah, no, I think we've done all right, actually. I think we've done okay. So somebody has just joined us. Who's just joined us? Right, so there's a sensible question there from Groomford. I use a whetstone
To sharpen the hoe, that's
Yep.
the answer to the question.
Have you got a whetstone? Have you got a stone for sharpening things?
No, to be honest, I'm just one of these people that never sharpens anything.
I've got a spare one. I even
Oh.
know where it is.
Okay.
So I teach you how to, and I can teach you how to use it.
But Lloyd's dad also likes sharpening things. So like he comes around and says, your knives, do you need them sharpening? And I'm like, yes, please. And then he sharpens them so much, like a week later you'll be chopping something and you'll realise you've cut your finger off and you didn't feel it because he's, sharpened it. So
Sam's Allotment Diary just asked, where am I? I'm in the southeast of Wales, so I'm almost in England. You can't quite throw a stone to England, but we can see it from the garden.
Next week, the tolls are going next week on the bridge,
Yeah.
which I'm very excited about because I travel to Bristol 3 times a month, and it means it's going to save me a little bit of money, which I'm excited about.
We're obviously discussing things that the YouTube system thinks might be inappropriate.
Yeah.
So because we're talking about blades for doing woodwork and things like that, it's getting confused.
Honestly, Jane, I never think of sharpening anything, to be honest. Even knives and stuff, I used to just keep using them until they were completely blunt. and it's only recently that I've had anyone say that knife's really blunt, you should sharpen it. So
Jane says she's wondering what Mr. Joe's going to think when he comes in and sees well, I don't know, but I think he's already gone to bed because Saturday mornings he has an early start, and 2.5 weeks away from Christmas, a postman's job is not the most fun-filled one. It is, but it's not. It is pretty busy. So he's got a really early start tomorrow.
So Bill, if you come over to Wales, then hopefully you don't have to pay the bridge toll if all goes to plan. So that would be a nice save you £5.80 or something, I think it is.
So have I missed someone? Who have I missed? Somebody's come in. Lots of people are saying hello, Simon.
Yeah, that's 50 Shades.
Oh right, that's right. Yep. Is that multicoloured green? It looks about 50 Shades. Yeah, no. Yes, no, it's not really, is it?
That looks a bit like he's drunk.
Well,
like he's on his side. He needs arms. You need to turn him into a snowman, Pumpkin.
What, with arms?
Yeah.
Okay. You talk. I'll fix Phil.
Yes, it will be a lot cheaper without having the tolls, and also because we have got a new car on order, we are getting an electric car. So I'm really excited because I'm not flipping out. she's getting the gaffer tape out now.
Oh, no, it's not. It's just sellotape.
I don't think that's going to stick.
I think it is.
Yeah, maybe. It's like Buckaroo, Jane. Put so much on him, he's going to probably deflate. See, it's falling off now.
Oh, well, I'll fix it.
Yeah, that was a little bit over the top with that gaffer tape. Or sellotape, actually.
Sellotape.
It was but it's a thick sellotape. What do you call thick sellotape?
Sellotape.
Okay.
It's still sellotape. It's actually not. It's adhesive tape, isn't it? It's not a brand. There.
So he's only got one arm.
Well, I'm trying to manoeuvre around the kitchen so that people don't realise I've already got my pyjamas on.
Oh yeah, Liz is in her pyjamas.
Well, yeah.
I'm not in my pyjamas yet.
And yeah, no, that hat's really not good, is it? Oh, sellotape.
Do you know what? I wish. Does everyone wear a hat on their allotment? Or I'm trying to bring it back to gardening now. But yeah, I'm not really good with hats. They don't suit me really, unfortunately. But I get really cold ears, so I might get some earmuffs or something. Well, packing tape. It's called packing tape.
One of those lovely headbands that just covers your
maybe.
Your ears, keeps your hair off your face and covers your ears and keeps those warm. Hello, Dale. He's asking how the top 10 small channel thing is going. I am still waiting for 3 people to give me permission to use some of their material, and I'm not going to use it without their permission, because otherwise, of course, I'm breaking copyright. And I have contacted them in several different ways. And I guess if I don't hear from them over the weekend, I will probably move on to a different channel. But it would be a shame. So but that's what the pause is. The pause is I'm waiting for proper copyright permission, because obviously I need it in writing, or I need them to send me some material to use. He's looking funky now. He's looking good now.
So Sam, you said that you're visiting. Do you say family in Carmarthen? Is that like what am I saying? Is that family or is it friends that you're going to visit? That's not far from me, actually, Carmarthen.
No.
Didn't you say you wanted to live there once?
I'm
sure
I'd like to live there several
It just
times,
rains quite a lot there, doesn't it? Oh, Clans. How do you say that?
Where?
Clandustle.
Clandustle.
I'll have to check that, where that is actually.
Clandustle is over from Carmarthen, and it's more towards Lampeter and up a little bit. So it's where you've got Carmarthen, you go straight over, and then you go up a little bit and it's Clandustle.
Well, but it's all like Clandido. Oh, I'm really not very good with this. Clandilo. And then there's one that sounds like Clan Flip Flop or something. there is. Locals call it Flip Flop. But it's all the clans over that way, aren't they? I think.
They're all over. Do you know what a clan means?
No.
It is like, it's in England where you have a village that's named after the church or St. Peter's Church or something like that. It's effectively the parish of.
Oh, okay.
Clan is almost the area of, and then it will be the second part is the actual person's name.
Right.
That's what I was told when I first moved to Wales in the last century. It was a long time ago. So when I first moved to Wales in '99, someone was explaining it to me that because I used to live very close to Llanidloes.
Okay.
Up in mid Wales. So they were explaining that the saint or the person that the church was named after, so I think it was a saint, was Idloes.
Ah, okay. Bye, Jimmy.
See, it's really educational, and that if you say it with enough conviction, you sound like you really know what you're talking about.
Yes. Yeah, because I think I've lived in the area now for coming up about a year and a half now, so I'm getting much better at pronouncing things, but I'm also still have a lot to learn.
Right. Yeah. Okay, so we are just a couple of moments away from some disappearing. So if you've got any other questions for Erica, can you put them in capitals, please? So that they stand out.
Last 2 minutes, little what's the word? Little, I was going to say round robin, but that's the wrong thing to say. Quick fire questions.
Yes, quick fire questions. So we just have to pause because obviously they'll be seeing this a few moments after we've said it. So everyone's saying good night.
Night, Bill and Val. You know, are you ever going to change the name to Bill and Val's allotment, or will it always be Bill's allotment? Because I think everybody's just renamed you, haven't they? Bill and Val. You're like one person, Bill and Val.
Bill and Val. Oh. So no other questions forthcoming. Everybody is saying good night, and so. Oh.
Do I have a fantasy fruit or veg that you want to grow?
Yes. How about a strawberry crossed with a pumpkin?
Yes. Would it be massive strawberry then, wouldn't it? That would be amazing.
Yeah, not a tiny mini pumpkin, but a massive strawberry.
Yes. Although little pumpkins would be great because you just put them in a stew and just eat the whole thing.
Oh no, yeah, that would be good. That would work all round.
Yeah,
that really would. Okay, so we are going to head off. Thank you so much for joining, Erica.
Thanks very much. Yeah, thank you everybody for joining me, and I hopefully will be doing some live chats a bit more often on my own at home. So hopefully that should go okay. But I won't have anybody to make me giggle.
So we'll all have to try that really hard.
Yes. So what potato varieties have I got planned for next year? Supermarket ones, because I don't like to spend money if I can help it. So I'll probably plant supermarket ones, and then I'll be moaning later on in the year that I do a potato reveal with no potatoes. That is what I've been doing for the last 15 years. So yeah.
Brilliant. Okay, so thank you very much for joining us. We've got to try and work out how to switch this off Erica's phone.
So see you later, everybody. Have a lovely weekend.
Bye.
Bye.